This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
shiresociety.com.
All right, standing here with Allie from Keene, who has, you indicated to me that you're a little bit biased, but you do have some thoughts regarding the whole free town idea.
Yeah, I like the idea of free towns because I think that if people still feel like government's necessary, hopefully we can convince them that local government is the only way to go if you're going to do that. So I like the idea, and I've been living in Keene, and that's the only place I really have a lot of experience being in. So I would love it if Keene wanted to, you know, be its own little free town and everything, and then all we have to worry about is city council and the people in there, and not have to worry about what the state of New Hampshire or the federal government's doing.
What do you think in terms of location? What do you think is the right place for people to move for that, or just in general if they're moving to New Hampshire for freedom?
If they're moving, hoping that their community will sort of adopt the ideas of liberty and sort of separate themselves from the other governments that try to enforce rules on them. I think that probably Grafton, from what I hear, is a good place to go since there's less people and it's more small town, and I hear some parts just got internet, so it might be good to go to Grafton because the people there might be more reachable. That's just what I've heard. I've never actually been to Grafton.
Russell Canning's actually always making fun of people, you know, and they go to Grafton. By the way, in case you're wondering why there's this flag thing behind me, I'm at a demonstration. We're demonstrating against the incarceration of victimless criminals here at the Big Pig, also known as the Cheshire County Jail. Currently 2 Free Staters are incarcerated here. Derek Freeman and Bo Davis from copblock.org. Anyway, just a little micro demonstration, something I could do while I was here, and thanks to Allie for joining me. But anyway, I was talking about, if you talk about Grafton not having wireless service, you think that's a good thing. Well, yes, technically it could be a good thing in a way, but Russell Canning likes to always say, when people would show up in Grafton, you know, they would be like, they would get like 5 feet away from the house. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm losing. I can't. Oh, I can't. It's not. Where's my text? Oh, where's my internet? I can't. Where's my email? So anyway, he thought it was kind of funny when the way people would react, these tech-savvy Free Staters that we're saturated with. But
I really like Keene as far as, you know, the amenities and the, you know, convenience of living in Keene. I find it convenient. It's a college town. I'm young, so it really sort of fits me best of all the other places that I've looked into going. So I like Keene, and you know, if we could make Keene adopt a free town sort of attitude about it, that would be really awesome, because I think that it would keep people in Keene from being distracted by what's happening in other places where they'll probably never go. You see the Sentinel, which is Keene's major newspaper, reporting more on, you know, national issues, it seems, or a lot of their stories are geared at state and national issues and less on what's happening in the town we all live in.
They don't want to talk about what's happening right in front of them, God forbid.
Right, because, you know, they don't want to, it's easier to take a position on national issues because people are more sectioned off in that way, and a lot of people know what they think. When it comes to local issues, some people feel all different kinds of ways, so they don't want to say something that offends a bunch of people. So it's easier just to stick with national stuff where it's been watered down to silly little issues that don't really have a lot of substance. But when there's a big problem, you know, right under your nose, like you said, it's more convenient just to avoid those things, talking about them.
I was listening to WKBK today on the way over, and they do have a good talk programming, a very good talk programming for such a small town. However, with all respect to the people that do the news there, it's boring. It was like, you know, they were talking
about Talkback?
No, well, no. I mean, that Talkback's a good show, but I'm just talking about the, they would just have the news broadcast at the top of each hour, and they have this attempt at local news, and they try to tell you all the boring things they can think of, right? when this is probably one of the most interesting towns in America, right?
All right, sir.
Do you have a permit?
I'm a little bit confused here, sir. I'm late
I don't know why I have this.
All right, so
the sponsor of the
No, I'm
event.
not a
Did you look
sponsor.
at your flyer?
I didn't make a single
You have
flyer
a
for
flyer?
anything.
Your name is on. Are you on the flyer?
Pay taxes?
A flyer that can you show me this flyer that you're telling me?
Oh,
sir?
we'll have a flyer.
Hey, public space.
But they have to, oh no, we hear nothing, we see nothing, we're not going to talk about those people because that will make them, there'll be more of them, you know.
That's one of my big critiques with Keene is that, yeah, they've got so much going on, and if you watch Free Keene TV, which, you know, I've been participating in almost since I got here, and there's just so much left that goes unreported to report on that people have never even been informed about. So it's a really big opportunity for indie journalists because there's things to capture, and the main sources of media that the locals are using aren't capturing all of it. And because of that, freekeene.com has been a huge source of news for a lot of people, even if they hate freekeene.com or the people that run it, they still feel compelled to check it out.
Well, it's just like reading the Union Leader and the Sentinel. I mean, people that hate it, read it.
Right. And, you know, I check out the Sentinel just to see what they're up to, what they're reporting on, and you know, see if they call it slantinol, some people, and you know, what is their slant on this issue? And you know, it makes me mad because they don't really, you know, they will have a slant to their stories, but they only give the one side a lot of times, and they make the other side seem ridiculous. And I just see it as, you know, it's called the Liberty Media Capital of the world, but that doesn't mean that it's being utilized as fully as it should be. It means that there's tons of room for growth, and you know, it would be nice for people to start talking about doing a free town, you know, making Keene a free town in that sense, because, you know, that idea is sort of it's a kind of concept that, like, I could see the founders or like the constitutionalists talking about, but it's really something that could appeal to a broad range of people. It doesn't just have to be the Constitution thumpers. It could be, you know, it could be the Democrats or anyone too. So I think people have to be presented with an idea before they think about it a lot of times. So.
All right, Allie, thanks for your thoughts.
No problem. Thanks, Ridley.
Beg your pardon? Just the two of us for now.
What's that?
Just the two of us for now. At least finally give me something to take a picture of.
Yeah.
The old world is collapsing, and it's going to take its slave driver governments with it. But what will rise up in their place? In New Hampshire, the Shire Society has a plan, a thriving web forum, and a history of action.
He didn't take long to come up with a plan.
You can sign up right now at shiresociety.com.